everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today I'm doing another indie horror spotlight. Today I have with us an Italian filmmaker from Italy, and he has a short film out right now that's called Quello non Vedo, which interprets in English to What I Don't See. I have with us today Leonardo Baroni. Leonardo, welcome to the Horror Room.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. So tell us a little bit about Quello non Vedo.
Yeah, it was being distributed out of the Italy with the name What I Don't See. And basically, it's a 20 minutes thriller short film. And I got inspiration by a old Fred Walton movies who was called When a Stranger Called, 1979, I think. And it's a story of a woman who called Samantha, and she's in her house. She's completely alone, and she have alcohol problem. She's in alcoholic woman, and she started to see strange things, and started to hear strange noise, and she started to realize who maybe somebody could came in her house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very psychological thriller. And that's it.
Now, from the concept of the idea for the short film to actual production, how long did it take you?
Oh well, I wrote the script 1 year ago, and then I forget because I was focusing on other project back then.
Mm-hmm.
But some months ago, exactly the last summer, I decided to take it again and going for shoot. It took 2 weeks for write the script. And we shoot in three days. And, we were a very small group, a very small team. Me, the main actress, the makeup artist, and one other guy who helped us with the lights. So we were a very, very small team, and we shot in 3 days. And I enjoy it. In the house you see in the movie, it's the main actress' house.
Okay.
Yeah, Ilaria Monfardini, she's an Italian actress who performed in many horror short and feature film in Italian, and she's a very passionate of horror, so I thought it was the right person for the role.
And what's great about Italy has a history when it comes to horror films, almost as on the same level as over in the States.
Yeah.
Now, has it made it easier with now when it comes to streaming services like YouTube and Facebook, and you can even like your film is also streaming on Reels? As an indie filmmaker, has it made it a little bit easier to get your products out there now?
No, I think in Italy it's worse than every place.
Really?
I think it's compared to United States, beside the mainstream, I think it's very hard get money here.
Okay.
So this is why when I shoot a short film or a feature film, I have to do 5 or 10 things together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the scriptwriter. I'm the director. I'm the director of the photography, and sometime also the sound recordist. So
Yes.
I
So you
have
got a
to do
lot of hats.
yeah, I have to do a lot of things, and sometimes it's very funny and giving me the complete control of the whole project, but sometimes can be very hard and very frustrating at the same time.
I can imagine. Now,
Yeah.
now, now, one thing I've noticed about Italian filmmakers, horror filmmakers, are very competitive amongst each other.
Hmm.
And that's something that you don't necessarily see in the States. Well, I mean, it's friendly competition, but when it comes to Italian filmmakers, you guys are very competitive. You're very passionate about your products, but also you know that there's someone else around the corner that is trying to get ahead of you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I think so. Well, I was being passionate about horror movies,
Hmm.
and well, I liked cinema. I like many genres, horror include. I remember one I watched for the first time my first horror movies. I was a child, and 10 years ago, 10-year old, I think, maybe less. I watched my first horror movies. It was called Superstition.
Hmm.
And, my opinion, what one of the best horror movie of the whole time, and I was a child, and yeah, I was scared and enchanted at the same time, and I could help to watch it, even if I were completely aware about the fact that that night I could have going to sleep.
Yes.
And yeah, and the following morning I wake up and say to myself, I'm never going to watch this kind of movie again, because the night
Mhm.
I can't sleep. But every time this movie was being broadcast to television, I was going to watch it. So
Yeah.
and
And, and and one thing that's what's great about Italian horror is, so each country, I feel like, or each nation has this different kind of horror. You like here in the States, it's more of gore. There's a
mm,
lot of blood, there's a lot of slasher, there's a lot of violence, and you see that also in German. But like you go over to Asia, and you see a little bit of more. There's a lot more story behind with the horror. There's a lot more character development. When it comes to Italian horror, it is more of it's more about the art than
mm.
the horror. So it's about the overall painting, I would say, or the actual masterpiece,
Ah,
and then they toss the horror in second.
yeah, yeah, I think so. We here in Italy we had the great time in the 70 with Dario Argento, no?
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I like every kind of horror, because horror have so many subgenres, no?
It really does.
Many subgenres. I grew up with some famous slasher movies. For
Mhm.
example, the Jason Voorhees franchise, the
Yes.
the Friday 13 series. No,
Hmm.
I remember I was a teenager when I used to watch this kind of movie. We were a bunch of guys, of friends, gathered together in one of my friend house, and we used to see all the Friday 13 chapters, and and after watch it, I remember I was on my way home,
Hmm.
and when was night already, and I used to see Jason everywhere, in every corner.
Paranoid.
Yeah, paranoid. Yeah,
Now, now, do you get a lot of your inspiration from American horror?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, of course.
Now, who are some American filmmakers, horror filmmakers that you like and like you try to craft some of your work after?
Well, I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter movies, and
Classic.
yeah,
Yes.
I
The
like
great.
some. Yeah, for me, it's the greatest of the all time. I like the think
Yes.
and because him made the horror movie who really also more of the splatter scene. They rely on the feeling of terror, no? Like for example, the first Halloween. There aren't many splatter scene in that movie.
Correct. None
Uh,
at all, actually. Yeah.
yeah, not a lot. It really, especially on the terror feeling, the atmosphere, and it's the same for the movie Christine, for example.
hmm
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
one thing I love about John Carpenter films is he has an amazing score. Like, like it's not just what you're seeing on screen, but the music, the soundtrack, the
yeah,
composer. It's just it makes you uneasy the whole
yeah,
entire time, and it adds a whole nother level to a horror film.
yeah. Of course. Personally, I prefer how horror movies was been in the 80s because
Me too.
yeah, because back then there was more originality, and also because I'm a huge fan of practical effects,
Yes.
and
The golden
because
ages. That's why I call the '80s. I grew up in the '80s, and I call it the golden age of horror because I mean, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of new ideas coming out. There's a lot of new. There was some horror was, it brought horror into the mainstream.
yeah.
And now, as a filmmaker, is it hard to come up with new and creative ideas when it comes to making your films?
Hmm? Sorry.
Okay, yeah, as a filmmaker, is it hard to come up with new and creative ideas when it comes to making a film?
Oh, me?
Hmm
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's very hard today nowadays find a good horror. It's very harder than in the past, no?
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I like special effects. How say CG made in CGI. I
CGI.
like it. But I personally I prefer practical effect because make give you the sensation of palpable, no?
Yes, I
It's
100% agree.
yeah,
And I mean, even if you even look at the practical effects in the '80s, yes, they're kind of dated, but they're still impressive on what they were able to do. If you even look at horror movies today to use practical effect, it just gives it a more feel, like a real feel to it than CGI blood or
mm,
CGI gore. There's something there's something natural and I don't know. I find beautiful about using practical effects.
yeah, that's right. I hope will this kind of effect will will come back today.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, have you thought about making Quello che non Vedo into a feature length film?
Well, when I wrote it, I was thinking about a short film. I don't know. Maybe in the future, some people have talked me about that, about these possibilities. But for now, I don't know. Maybe who know? Maybe in the future.
Now, do you prefer making short films over full length feature films?
No, to be honest, so far I made a short film and also feature film. I made both, but henceforth my intention was give up with the short film, because I think they are funny, but they have very little market, I think.
Yeah.
It's easy to get a distribution with a feature film. So definitely, it's what I want to do.
I agree. Now, I can imagine. To if you have a short film, right, and let's say if you decide to make it into a feature film, I can imagine that's tough to do because as a filmmaker, with your short film, you're pretty much cramming in the beginning, middle, and end. Now you got to extend this out for a longer period of time. Is that something hard to do?
Uh, I don't think so. I think it depends of the story. I think for some stories it's very hard make it become a short a feature film, because if you design this story for a short, sometimes could be hard. But in other case, I think not so hard. Just you have to reschedule your script and add some scenes, no, and
Mm-hmm.
for some story will be not so hard. I think about what I don't see will be not so hard. Transforming it in a future film. Yeah.
And I can definitely see that. Now, what are some struggles right now for? I mean, I have some of my viewers are thinking about making their first film or they're brand new filmmakers. What are some struggles that you're seeing right now as an indie horror filmmaker in the year 2024 that a new filmmaker should be aware of?
Mm. Regard the indie filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. For me, the worst thing it's the harder thing it's get distribution, because I indie film it's very hard get distributed in movie theater, no.
Mm-hmm.
And but fortunately, right now we have the streaming platform. Uh,
Yes.
I have a feature film who was being released on Tubi TV.
Love to be.
Sì, Tubi, yeah,
Yes.
last week, and I don't know but the hard thing is we have so many streaming platforms, so
Yeah.
people can get confusing about it, no?
I was about to bring that up. There are so many streaming platforms right now, and like it's getting to the point where it's kind of overwhelming for watchers. You do? I mean, I think that as a filmmaker, it does make it easier, yes, to get your project out there, but it makes it also harder because there's so many different platforms and people might not even have some of these platforms. So like it definitely makes it harder. Would you say it makes it harder to also, yes, not necessarily get it on a platform, but get people to watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it's not impossible to get select in this kind of platform, but one time you are there, the fact you are on a streaming platform don't mean that a huge amount of people will see it, because there are still millions, well, thousands and thousands of other movies, no?
Yes, especially indie horror.
Yeah, and maybe you get only a bunch of views, because I don't know. It's very hard when there are many other movies, because I think also indie filmmakers should focus not on quantity but on quality, because sometimes in this platform, in this streaming platform, I see a huge amount of crap, no?
Yeah, 1%.
Yeah.
Huge amount. Yes.
I know some filmmaker who release 3 or 4 feature film in at years. I don't know how you can do 4 great movie in 1 year. I prefer focusing on make maybe one every 1 or 2 years, and make and try to make good it, you know.
Because I mean, I wonder. I'm not a filmmaker, but I'm a watcher. Like, and I see a lot of filmmakers. I mean, indie filmmakers. They're pushing out sometimes 3 to 4 films, feature length films a year, and I'm like, and they're going back to back to back, and I'm like, but like that has to do something to the overall quality of your project.
Yeah, you know, make a movie today. It's easier than in the past because you have gear, camera gear, and something like that don't cost so much. So everybody can buy a camera, no,
or a phone. You can use your phone too.
Phone. And plus you have tons and tons of information on YouTube. So this pressured many people to enroll in indie filmmaker, and this is good for some, but on the other hand, it's also not so good because now we have a lot of content and a lot of quantity, but what about the quality, no?
Exactly.
And what I have to say that I see many filmmakers who don't learn by their mistake. I mean, when I shoot my first movie, over there in the Eyes of the Prey, you know, I made a lot of mistake. Was my first feature film, so can be perfect, no? But before to shoot to one other, I'm trying to learn and improve, no? And I make my second movie better. And instead, I see a lot of filmmakers making 3 or 4 movie at a year, are repeating the same mistake, you know, and don't increase the quality.
Yeah, because I mean, like as a film watcher, I love to see a filmmaker. I love to see their first film, and then you go see the second film, and you see, oh my goodness, you see them growing as a filmmaker. You see them progressing. You see them. The quality is coming better. They're fixing some of the mistakes.
Yeah.
But in the year 2024, I do see some filmmakers who push out 10 movies, and you can't tell the difference between the first movie and the 10th movie.
Yeah.
Because it looks. It looks identical.
Yeah, that's right. I think your second feature film should be better of your first, and I don't know, maybe some filmmakers make it only or for I don't know how to say passing time.
Yeah, it's a hobby. Yeah,
yeah, it's a hobby. Yeah, it's only a hobby. Yeah, it's a hobby also for me, but I'd like one day it will become a job. So I'm trying to get some more knowledge I can.
Totally understandable. Yeah. Now where can everyone find you on social media?
Sorry, I wasn't.
Where can everyone find you on social media?
Okay. You can find me on my Facebook profile with my same name, Leonardo Barone, and you can find me also on YouTube. My YouTube channel, Leonardo Barone Short Films, where you can watch also what I don't see. It's on YouTube and Facebook also.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody look down in the description box. There's going to be a link to his YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and also check out Qual- What I Don't See. Definitely check it out. Well, Leonardo, it's been a blast to have you on, my friend. I look forward to seeing your future work.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Travis.
No problem. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to the Horror Realm. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.